Hi there. So in the quest of finding a best, or at least best for me, a music creation workflow, I'm today doing a bit of an unboxing with this box, and you might see from the video that the thing I have here is an MP MIDI controller that I would be able to use to control plugins and all kind of stuff in different digital audio workstations. I wanted to test this because I wasn't totally, happy with Softube Console 1 channel. I have had a lot of software issues with it, and then I thought that okay, let's try this one and see how this works with different digital audio workstation, and does it actually fit to my workflow as I'm thinking of. So let's get going with unboxing and see what's inside this box here. Okay, let's get going. Alright, so let's see what this box actually then has in it. We'll look and do an unboxing on this one and see that will this actually be the one that helps with the workflow the best. Alright. So a nice firm box, well insulated. I don't know if you are familiar with this controller, but it's actually pretty neat. You have a full display, and then you have high quality rotary knobs that automatically map into your plugins, being then synthesizers or effects or whatnot. And from here, I guess I can just then pull this out. Let's see what would be the best of taking this baby out from the box so that I don't crash it in the beginning. So I guess it comes from here. Let's see. Yeah, here the front is a bit more less thick than the back, and so this is how it looks like. And of course you have there the cover so that it protects the screen, so you can take it away and you have the screen underneath it. So that's basically what you have here. It should be powered by the USB-C. So I should have only need to have two cables, one for USB-C and one for MIDI. We'll test that out. But yeah, let's see how it sits on the desk. And then of course you have all the needed cables here. So need to test that out as well as I also wanted to have it with the rack mounting kit. So I have the rack mount, then you have a small controller like a that you can remote control the device specifically in its screen and different other parameters within it. And then yeah, I have hopefully all the cables that I need. So if you would need the whole HDMI cable, then that's included. You have the USB-C cable that does charging and data transfer, and then you have the MIDI cable that is handling the MIDI. So all those cables are included in it. So yeah, let's move the box a bit and let's see how it sits on the table. Actually pretty nice, because now on top of this I could actually have my fader unit. So although I'm thinking of it adjusting it like here so that it's a bit uplifted, and so I need to get some kind of a stand for it so that I get it somewhere over here. I already know a stand that I could get from, I think it was a German made. It looked pretty good, but let's see if it fits with this one. It should, but then yeah, That's something that I don't have yet, but something that I'm planned to have. And then, of course, here is the display, and then yeah. So that's what I have here. Now I will take a few minutes to install it, and then I'll continue with video regarding on the how it looks like and how to get going with it. So I'll do an installation of it now. They have some good installation instructions, and it is a bit more extensive, so I'm not gonna most likely record all the phases, but some of the phases. Okay. All right, so let's go through the installation, and I have not the required cables here, I hope. One for MIDI and one for powering the unit and the touch communication, but let's see, let's go through the setup. So yeah, okay, they go through that. Okay, how about then what is this guide, how to use it? Then okay, knowledge base regarding on the different areas of connection, display, touch setup, and as this is a touch screen on top of that, it's an extra screen or display, and then other stuff. Then let's go here. Setup overview with video and in-depth setup video. Okay, and then there are the connections about the USB-C port and then the MIDI one, so that I will need to connect into a standard USB-A port in my computer, which I have available as well, and so yeah. And then let's see, common connection diagrams. This is actually what I'm planning to do. So I'm planning to use the Thunderbolt and the MIDI to USB-A. So this is something I plan to do. And then, okay, then it also already goes into the next phase. So I could need to verify the connections. So maybe I'll just now connect the device and see that they exist as they should. Maybe I'll put the MIDI cable first. As my MIDI device, so if I open it up here, I should have a new, here the MIDI part is definitely working. It's here. Then actually let's look on the system settings if I have an display connected. Yeah, there is type C, because this is my main display and this one is the extended display. So at least, and the color profile is type C, so it should be there. Alrighty, so after a few hours of installing and following the instructions precisely, they have very good instructions to install the MP MIDI device and how to use it. So after following those and going through everything that has been defined in the installation instructions, I managed to get it going, and it's pretty awesome. So I will now show what basically I have, so you get an idea that how this might actually fit into your workflow and what it actually gives. So let's get going and see what's the end result of unboxing and installing the MP MIDI controller. Alrighty, so here is a project that I'm working with. It's a simple project, but it's enough for me to show that how actually this works. So we can take a look at it and see, how to utilize it. Anyway, let's get into it. So now here in the video, you will see, my desk setup where I have the UF8, I have the MP MIDI controller. I have the second display here, or actually third display for metering. Then I have the iPad here for basically, you know, being able to kind of work with you know, with Cubase keyboard shortcuts and whatever, so that I can control the digital audio workstation, in this case Cubase. And then you know, with all these combined, I can now deal with different kind of things. But hey, let's dive into the MP MIDI here. I actually have now the mixer in front of me, and then if I play, you see that, you know, it shows you, in this case, in this case it shows you know, the Pro Q. But you can also go here and change into a different plugin that you have in your plugin chain. You can open and you can basically then open and close. So you have this kind of a host plugin into which it loads everything that you have in your chain. But what's actually great is that in this project I have also other tracks that I have added the host plugin. So you have the MPH Multi FX host, and once you have the host in the channels, like for example the console 1, then you are able to go from the panel here, and I can actually jump into the kick and see that, you know, I want to go and see the kick and you know what's there, and then I could basically go into the Oxford inflator and tweak it like from here, based on, you know, what I need to do. I could also do it from the Dutch display, but then of course you get it more tactile, like using the, you know, the curve and the buttons. It has 4x8 buttons that can be mapped into. The mapping is extremely easy, so you can say that, you know, I want to link this button actually to that, so that now it's here and it's not there where it was. You can save all these. So now if I want to go my favorites, and I go to, for example, limiters, and I'll bring the Oxford inflator back, then it comes as I have saved it into my configuration. Then of course within here I can jump into back to the Pro Q, and then if I would like to, like, let's go into the end, and if I now would like to bring in another, I can go here and say that, okay, let's bring actually FabFilter Pro Q. Then if I would like to say that let's do a kind of a low cut, so I can easily go there and do that. Then if I need to jump to another channel, let's go to the Minimoog channel, and then let's go to the Pro Q over there. So you see now I see the bass, that how it is actually working, and then I can see my cuts. I have done also predefined cuts, like kind of a configuration in a Pro Q that I can easily then, you know, if I disable the thing, I can pretty much then, you know, sweep, and then if I'm hearing some noise, I can then turn it upside down and take that noise away. So that's basically what I have predefined. What you can do here is also to have multiple sections. So I have my EQs here, I have my compressors, the ones that I use most, limiters, saturation, and so on and so forth. So basically, you know, you can map these all in based on your needs, based on your plugins that you have. They have a very extensive library of mapping plugins, but as you saw, it's very easy to map a plugin. So it's nothing like, it's not a rocket science. You basically go, as I showed you, let's go back and I'll repeat that. So let's go black box, for example. So if I would like to kind of remap this output like I have here now, but I just go link, click it, I'm sorry, I just go link, then what I would like to link, and then into which encoder I would like to link it. And then it changes automatically. You can do also multi-linking, so you can basically say that, you know, I want to link multiple ones, and clack, you go all through them, and then you map them automatically here. You can change the color by long press, saying that, you know, if I want that to be gray or whatever, so you can color code certain things within your plugin, so that you can easily also remember from the coloring where you are and what you want to do. And so that's basically it. And then of course you can go to all the channels that you want to use, and then basically go and check it out, that what you have there, and so it's at least what I feel like from the very early usage of it. It makes my workflow pretty fast, and also the thing that I can really see things here. I could also touch them as it is a touchscreen. But then let's do one other thing. I'll just stop the play so that you don't have the distraction from the window. But let's go and I'll go here, and I'll go in here. So now what I could actually do is that I could actually go from here, instruments, and then basically search for MP multi-host instrument, and I can track that over here. And now I have an MP multi-instrument here. So when I actually click on there that there is no plugin, I can go into my favorites that I basically now have. For example, this is something that I haven't done, but I did one, for example, that I can show. So basically I can go to Spitfire, and I can basically say that I want to have Abbey Road 1 loaded. I also haven't done any mapping, but basically I could now go and do a mapping of that here. For example, I like this one. So now I can do the reverb from here. You could also like go and say that release time. I want to map that release time here. So now I have release. I have the reverb. Then of course, if I would like to also map these controllers, I could do that, or even the key presses that I have here. If I want to link multiple, so I could do so that like link multiple, and then I touch the parameter that I want to link, like expression, and then dynamics, and then when I'm done, I basically say that, and then from where I want to map them. This is an encoder 1, so I could say that yes, like let's do that. So now I have them linked. You can also of course touch here to deal with that. But now this is an example of instrument, and of course you could bring in any type of an instrument. So like you have here, but you have the plugin list here. Like let's go and bring, for example, BA1 as a VST. So I'll bring that one, and now I have it here. You can go into the linking library. They have a lot of pre-mapped links. BA1, baby audio there, instruments, that one, and now I have it linked. So basically now I can. That's basically what I need to do to get it going. So it's pretty easy peasy, and it's nice because I can of course do the also the touch screen, but then I can also do it from the the knobs and encoders. So that makes also using the synthesizers, like software synthesizers, like more tactile, because you can now kind of tweak things like from the encoders and not from the mouse. So you can basically then forget the mouse in this case and tweak the sound with the encoders, so that it starts to sound like you want it. But anyway, that's basically a wrap up on this MP MIDI controller. I can do a more deep dive on it, but I think you got a good idea of it already. From the up camera, you can see that I did a DIY, do it yourself stand for it from woods, so that I got it in the right angle. I had an exercise with one that was kind of a bit more flat, but then I wanted to bring it more forward, and now I think this one is optimal, because I have now everything here. I can do the faders, I can deal with the faders and everything, so it's very easy busy in that respect. So okay, all right, so that concludes unboxing the MP MIDI controller, and hopefully you got some ideas regarding on how it can help you with your workflow. I'm in the beginning of my journey, and most likely will highlight certain things going forward, but hopefully in a nutshell you got an idea of the device and how it works and how you could integrate it with your workflow to make everything easy peasy, at least in my point of view. But this actually is something that I've been looking for, and as you can see and feel the plugins, even they are virtual ones. So it is kind of like turning the encoders and knobs and things like that. So hopefully you like my content. So if you like my content, remember to like them, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more content to come. Thanks for watching. Bye now.